Here's how to start working out again. Welcome back to LiveLeanTV for women. I'm your host, Jessica Guthrow, expert helping you live lean all year around. As you guys know, I've recently been pregnant and now I'm nursing our newborn daughter. So it's been about a full year now, like 11 months, since I really stopped working out really hard and really regularly. You guys know that I was staying fit and active during my pregnancy, following the type of workouts that are in my program, Live Lean Pregnancy. You can find it at LiveLeanPregnancy.com. Those are the style and frequency of workouts that I used throughout my pregnancy. So it wasn't nothing, but it certainly wasn't the intensity and the frequency that I was used to before that. So today I wanted to make this video to share with you guys my plans for how I'm gonna start working out again, as well as some tips for beginners who have never worked out at all, or people who have had injuries or traveling or a job or any other reason that has stopped you from working out like you used to, and how you can get back into the game again. So the first thing is, don't wait. There's really never a perfect time. If you feel like you may be ready, or you can find some short windows of time throughout your day to start just a little bit of fitness, that's better than waiting for the absolute perfect time until you can get a full hour at the gym. You can't wait like that. If you have at least a 10 or 20 minute window during your day and you have some space in your living room or the great outdoors, you should at least be doing some body weight workouts, just anything to get your body moving again. Because if you wait for that perfect day is never gonna come. So that is a bad strategy. Muscle atrophy is a real thing. That's the opposite of hypertrophy, what we call growing strength, growing muscle. When you stop working out, your muscles actually lose strength and size, and they become softer and weaker than they used to be. So this is a real concern, and that's why you don't want to hit the same weights and same intensity that you were going at before. So here are my top 3 tips that I'm using for myself and that I recommend for you if you're starting your fitness journey over again. Number 1 is no weight loss or body recomposition goals just yet, and even for the first 3 months. Just simply focusing on consistency, on good form, and getting a regular frequency and cadence of workouts going again. I'm gonna be focusing on muscle symmetry, so making sure I'm doing even amounts of work on my upper body, lower body, core, all of that, and making sure I'm using good form during my exercises, breathing properly, really starting over just like I would with a beginner. Now this goes especially for nursing mothers who've just given birth to a baby and are breastfeeding. You definitely don't want to put yourself in a caloric deficit. If you do, I recommend just a very slight one, no more than 200 to 300 calories a day. But the thing is, with nursing, you actually need to be in a slight surplus to keep your milk going. So you want to just forget about body recomp for now. You can worry about that when you're 6 months or more postpartum, but in the beginning, you want to keep your calories at a high enough level to keep your body healthy and doing the function that it needs to do. So that's why no body recomp goal for at least the first 3 to 6 months. Tip number 2 is not working out too often. So I'm gonna start with a 3 times per week schedule when it comes to hitting the weights. It's certainly okay to continue to do daily walks, gentle things like yoga or stretching is okay for every day. But when it comes to your high intensity workouts, I think, for me at least, 3 times a week is plenty. If you're a complete beginner, then maybe just 2 times a week is good to start with. And then I'll do that for the first 2 weeks and then gradually work up to 4 times per week and 5 times a week and see just how I'm feeling. It really depends on how you're feeling, and you want to make sure you listen to your body along the way. And tip number 3 is to follow a specific plan and set specific goals, because you guys know, I feel like a broken record when I say this, but without goals, it's really hard to track your progress and be able to tell if you're actually improving or not. And improvements in your workouts almost always lead to improvements in your physique. They go hand in hand. So you want to be focusing on making your workouts just a little bit better, a little bit more intense every time you go in. So following a program is a good way to do this, because you can look back and see what you did last week and one-up yourself. So it's really good to be on a specific program. And as for setting goals, as always with anybody in any scenario, you want to make sure that your goals are just slightly outside of your comfort zone. Not so crazy ambitious that you're putting yourself at risk to hurt yourself or cause injuries, but you want to just be a little bit uncomfortable with everything you're doing. So if you can comfortably do 10 push-ups, then have yourself do 11 or 12. Catch my drift? If your goals are too easy and you stay inside your comfort zone, then you're probably not gonna see any results. But if your goals are too big and too scary, then you might get intimidated and feel defeated and then just give up altogether. So not too hot, not too cold, but just right. So depending on the reason that you took time off from the gym or from working out intensely, you may have some other goals like rehabbing an injury. You know, if you broke your right arm or something, you may have to work on fixing the strength in your right arm before you start doing full body workouts, something like that. So that will be specific to each case. In pregnancy, of course, the abs get nice and soft. So I'm gonna be putting a lot more focus on core strengthening to get my core back to the strength that it used to be. The most important thing is that you keep your sights set on your overall health and well-being, because if you're not healthy and injury-free, then it's gonna be really hard for you to focus on that body recomp or fat loss goal when you are finally at that point. So during this time when you're just starting out, remember it's a slow ramp up, and always make sure that you're keeping yourself healthy, safe, and injury-free. So I hope you guys are interested in watching my postpartum journey coming back from a year of being pregnant and nursing. And I am currently working on a program for moms to help navigate how to get back into fitness after having your baby, because this is such an important time. And there's a lot of things that people do wrong and do right. So I'm gonna help you guys out with that as I'm going through it myself. So stay tuned to see more of that. If you're looking for a program ASAP, I do recommend my Live Lean Formula for Women. It is beginner friendly, but instead of starting with the 5 days per week workouts, I would encourage you to start with 3 per week in the beginning if you're coming back from something like an injury. So feel free to leave any comments down below if you have questions about that program. You can find it at LiveLeanFormulaForWomen.com. Also comes with a nutrition guide to help you get your food on track, because that's also a really big important part of recovering after a pregnancy or even an injury. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips and you'll put them to use. Remember, there's no perfect time to start, because right now is the perfect time. I love you guys. I thank you so much for watching and coming back every single week. I'll see you guys next Thursday with another episode. In the meantime, you keep living lean. I'm bringing you a dessert recipe today that I know you're gonna love. This has been one of my cravings during pregnancy and even after.